So as anyone who watched my last video knows, today is Purim, and by today, I mean tomorrow for me, because I'm filming this on Wednesday, because on Thursday, I'm going to be obliterated drunk. So I really need to get this out of the way. What's up, you guys? Welcome to my happy place. So I realized that I haven't shared a story with you guys in a little while, and I remembered a good one, so we're gonna share it with you now. The reason I remember this story is because I purchased this very large box of Laffy Taffy Taffies, and it reminded me of a story involving Laffy Taffy Taffies. When I was a young boy, about 14, 15 years old, I worked in a Jewish day camp, and I worked as a junior counselor there. I think I was paid a grand total of $350 for an entire summer's work. Camp laws are a little sketchy like that in terms of underage labor. I had a really good time at this camp. I'm not going to say anything explicitly bad against it. I went to this camp for like 10 years, but the point is that I was a junior counselor in this camp, and I don't know if any of you guys went to any form of day camp, but a lot of times they will have something that is referred to as leagues, which is basically just various sports played together with counselors as captains of teams, and then all the teams play against each other, and then at the end of the year, end of the summer, there is a playoffs or a World Series. And so I, as a young 15-year-old, had my own league team. We were called the Golden Sparrows, I think. It was some kind of bird. The theme was birds that year. The point is, we were bad. We were not just bad, we were the worst team. But I encouraged the kids to play, and I bought them sodas, so they liked me. The point is, the team was so bad that we not only did not make the playoffs, we didn't make the losers playoffs, so we were just kind of sitting around doing nothing on the last day of camp. And so it's me sitting with my kids in the main cabin of the camp, and as we're just sitting there, I think we were just talking, and I was counting my tip money, because I'm a professional who counts his tip money in front of children. But the point is, I had my tip money in hand, and it was a solid amount. I'm a good counselor. It was like $400 or $500. As I'm counting this money, I see in the back of the main cabin, they're starting to clear out the canteen. The canteen was where you could buy any snacks that you wanted in camp, and they're starting to clear out all the candies from the back room. And so I walk over to the guys who are clearing out the canteen, and I see that they're trying to sell some of the items that were in the canteen. And one of the items that I see that they are trying to sell is a big-ass thing of Laffy Taffies. And so I ask them, I say, how much for that big thing of Laffy Taffies? And they say $50, which, to be clear, at the time I thought that was a good price. And I had never thought about the price of that Laffy Taffy thing until I went and bought this thing of Laffy Taffies, which cost me $15. Which on the one hand is very upsetting, but on the other hand, good business on them. They took advantage of an opportunity and they made themselves $50. So I spent $50 of my hard-earned tip money on getting this thing of Laffy Taffies. And 145 candies is objectively too much candy for any one person to consume at any given time. I learned that very quickly then, and then I relearned that now after having purchased this thing. But so I ate through like 10 of the candies, and I gave like 10 out to a bunch of the kids who were sitting around me, and then I realized that all around me in the camp were league games happening, the playoffs, the finals, the World Series. And so what I elected to do was run out of this main cabin, pop open the lid of my Laffy Taffies, and start prancing is the only word that I could really use. I leaped. I leapt. I ran through one of the biggest league games, throwing up the Laffy Taffies into the air and having them cascade down all around the baseball field. And as it happens, children, for the most part, are usually more interested in candy than they are in a made-up World Series. Like, just as things balance out, that's usually how it works. So basically, let's say a game had 20 kids in it, there would be like 5 kids who were like really invested in the game, and then there'd be like 15 kids who would all just collapse on the candy that had now randomly been thrown onto the field. And this started to ruin some of the games, but I didn't stop because I had a lot of candy to throw out. So I just kept running through all the different league games, and I just started throwing up all the candy, and I would scream, "I'm the Laffy Taffy Fairy!" and I would just throw them out. And so to paint the mental picture of this, remember I had kids with me when I started doing this, and they were following me around. So I'm running around the camp, prancing around, throwing up candy, and I have like 10 kids following me. But after I went to that first game, like I said, there's 20 kids playing, 15 of them stopped for the candy, but then of that 15, like 10 of them were like, that guy's got candy, I'm gonna go follow him. So 10 of the people from that first game left and were following me. So now I've got 20 kids following me. But then I run to another game and I do the same thing. And I run between all these games, and every time I throw up all the candy, some kids just continue to follow me. And remember, this whole time I am doing the largest prances that I can possibly muster, and I am also screaming, I'm the Laffy Taffy Fairy. I ran through every game that was going on the campus at that time, and ended with about 45 children following me when I eventually ran out of Laffy Taffies. There's no real climax to this story. I just kind of ran out and all the kids were kind of disappointed, and all the counselors, who again took the World Series very seriously for a made-up thing that's happening in a day camp, were very upset with me. They were all very annoyed with me. But I had a good time, and the kids had a good time, and we both got a lot of candy out of it. So I think overall it was a success. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I come out with videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I suggest that you tune in for this Sunday's show because I will be filming this Sunday's Nonsense very drunk tonight. So I hope that you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys stick around and tune in for that. If you guys want to see me on any other social medias, you can check those all out in the description down below. From my happy place, I'm Zach. Now go away. No matter